Hi, I'm Julieann Ash, the Director of Midwest Educational Therapists and Associates. And we've had a number of questions from parents about working memory. Now, working memory is the desktop of your brain. That's where you bring new information in. You retrieve programs that you want to run. You're retrieving old information from storage, you're putting it all together and getting your outputs. So this is a huge part of the brain, very active and critical for learning. One unfortunate effect for the working memory is it's severely impacted by anxiety and stress. And with the pandemic and the stresses of changes, even going back to school full-time or all in is still going to impact and has had impact on this critical part of the brain, the working memory. So the question is, what can we do to better smooth out some of this impact on this critical system? Well, one of the things to remember is outside support is key to helping prevent overload. Because as one of my students mentioned, he said, the desktop of my brain just got the blue screen of death and it went blank and shut down. That we don't want. So in order to help prevent that, if parents can help their child take a look at pre-planning or structuring what they have to do, break things down into smaller chunks so it doesn't look quite so overwhelming. Help them get started, get that initiation going, and then step away with the assurance that you'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes. Another way to help support the desktop is to use something like a concept web or a sketch to be able to help the brain remember the information without having to hold it in the working memory. Many people try to do everything with their working memory, hold the information. Students don't typically take notes, especially very bright ones. But if they can understand how to compact the information before they try to work with it, that can make manipulating it much easier. We tell our students, write it out, sketch it out. One of my students made up her own shorthand so that she could have her information there, and she used a jot list to help keep things straight without having to do it all in working memory. Another part of working memory is helping us to remember things. Many students don't have their own toolbox of memory strategies. Some of them know things like acronyms, but that may or may not fit their actual style. At Midwest Educational Therapists and Associates, we take a look at the child's natural style. What do they need to do to be able to compact and hang on to that information? And then develop a toolbox of strategies that enables them to be creative and to drive their brain efficiently. One last tip that can be fun, especially if you have younger students, a way to improve memory in general is simple memory games. Have your student put down their phone or their tablet. Do something like, who can remember where we're going? What would be the next turn we would have to meet? What would be on the corner? What are we looking for? These are all things that encourages children to notice things and to remember them. Another way would be to say, let's remember and look for any red or green cars and look for those. Another very old game, which I remember playing with my son quite a few years ago, is look for the license plates. How many different license plates, or look for a specific kind of plate, like, are there any from Indiana or Illinois? These are all simple kinds of games that just help strengthen a child's awareness and their recall and make it a fun way to work that desktop. And to be able to feel more comfortable in acquiring and manipulating information. Thank you and have a great day.